Hello, we're back again and it's Responding to Life. My name is Victoria NKATHA. Today is day 43 of the 100 Days of Happiness Challenge, and we are dealing with the 7 stages of personal growth or maturity. Now, before we get into the video, you already know the drill. Subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and let's get right into today's video. Now, we have discussed 4 stages, and the last one that we discussed was actually on concern. Now, with concern, as I mentioned before, we go into collaboration. And why is collaboration important? Collaboration is important because you've now gotten to a stage of accepting your imperfections, accepting other people's imperfections, and instead of now looking at yourself and thinking, what can I do and how can I be and whatnot, you've already settled in with the fact that, hey, I'm not all that, and I'm not going to focus on my imperfections. Rather, I'm going to focus on my strengths. And what I'm going to do is that I'm also going to focus on people's strengths. And how do I do that? I'm going to focus on their strength and look at how we can be able to grow, how we can be able to build, how we can all be able to win and win together. Win together in the sense that we want to achieve something together. It's this whole mentality and idea of we are in this together, and if you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go far, go with others. Now, this is very important, especially with our personal relationships. Have you ever been in a relationship where your partner literally puts you aside, and even though you're in a relationship, you feel that you're not collaborating, you're not working together, you're not making use of each other's strengths. Rather, you are both living so independently rather than being codependent. Have you ever been in an organization where you don't feel that you're working together towards the bigger purpose? And that's a problem. When we are all working independently, then we realize that things don't work, and especially relationships or other organizations or whatever, even in family institutions. If we're all doing this by myself, I'm doing that by myself, and so on and so forth, and let's say we're focusing on each other's flaws, they cannot help me because they're like this, rather than focusing on each other's strengths, then we realize that we are breaking more than we're building. And this is a very important thing. When we are looking at situations that can be able to help us move forward, we do need people around us. We do need people to be able to help us through and guide us and show us, because we don't all have superpowers, or we are not know-it-alls. We depend on people's strengths. That is why we form relationships. That is why we live in families. That is why we have organizations. That is why no man is an island, basically. And when we are committed to the process of growing and becoming better together, then we eventually get to a state of understanding that we are focusing on a much bigger thing, this could be the organization, this could be the relationship. The relationship is bigger than the two of us, or bigger than myself, bigger than yourself. The relationship is much, much bigger than my flaws. It's much bigger than your flaws. But we are here and we're collaborating together, using our strengths to be of greater impact. When we're focusing on things that are bigger, like let's say the environment, climate change, and much, much more, we focus on something that it's no longer about me, it's no longer about you, but it's now about us, and let us collaborate together. This can really help in resolving issues, resolving problems, when you start looking at other people as, hey, we can work together in this, and we don't necessarily need to fight. I don't necessarily need to keep on pinpointing your flaws. You don't necessarily need to keep on pinpointing my flaws, but hey, we can actually collaborate and work together towards a much, much greater goal. And this is something that is very, very important. So as you are growing from victimhood to conflict to ownership to concern, and now to collaborate, you realize that you're becoming a much better person, a more mature person, and a more person who's oriented towards growth, and a person who's more understanding of what it takes to be much happier in life, and how you need to get there. And this brings you to a point of completeness and peace. And this is what we're going to talk about in the next video. So with that said, do not forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell so that you do not miss out on any of our videos. Also, do not hesitate to visit us on our website, www.respondingtolife.org, and do not forget to follow us on our social media accounts at responding_to_life and at Victoria_NKATHA. And I will see you on the next video.